Dental caries. What is dental caries? It is defined as an irreversible microbiological disease of the calcified tissues of the teeth, characterized by demineralization of the inorganic portion and destruction of the organic substance of the tooth. Here you can see it is a normal tooth. Constituents of normal tooth are enamel, pulp, dentine, nerve and blood supply is there in pulp, and it is surrounded by bone, periodontal tissue and gingiva. And in this picture you can see it is the carious portion or cavitated portion of the tooth which has started from enamel, and it is simultaneously gradually increased till pulp tissue. Here also you can see in this picture the root caries has been started, or abrasion cavity has been started. It has started from enamel and it has reached till pulp. It is the dentine structure, it is the enamel structure, and it has reached till pulp tissue. These are enamel caries. You can see only decay has been only in the enamel portion of the tooth, and it is the cavitated portions. Some cavities has been prepared, but in this caries is there, but it is non-cavitated tissue of the tooth structure. Now dentinal caries, you can see the cavity has been reached till dentine. The discoloration of the tooth can be confirmed. It is dentinal caries, and it is also the dentine caries. Discoloration has been can be seen. Now these are root caries. The below CEJ, if carious portion is there, then it is called root caries. This is root caries, and this is cavitated root caries lesion. It can be it is due to forceful or vigorous brushing motion also. So now the theories for cavity or caries theories. Early theories are legend of worms, endogenous theory, chemical theory and parasitic theory. The most accepted theory is Miller's chemoparasitic or acidogenic theory. According to this theory, it consists of two stages: the decalcification of enamel, which results in total destruction of enamel, and the decalcification of dentine as a primary stage or preliminary stage, followed by dissolution of the softened residue. There are some drawbacks of this theory also. It was unable to explain the predilection of special sites to dental caries and initiation of smooth surfaces, and phenomenon of arrested caries also did not explain by this theory. Proteolytic theory. It is due to proteolytic enzymes. These results in detaching of inorganic matrix, and one of these enzymes is sulfatase enzyme. Proteolysis chelation theory. Chelation complex is formed by combination of proteolytic breakdown products and acquired pellicle and food debris. A complex is formed with the help of combination of these, and chelating agent is there, is always negative, and it causes release of calcium ions from enamel or dentine. It results in tooth decay. Now caries of enamel can be categorized into smooth surface caries and pit and fissure caries. Smooth surface caries always preceded by formation of plaque and appearance of decalcification beneath the dental plaque. It starts at both sides of fissure wall rather than at the base. Now it is due to coalescing at the base of the fissure, and lesion advances in a triangular form or conical form with apex towards the DJ and base towards the surface of the tooth. Bones are distinguishable from the inner advancing front of the lesion. These are translucent zone, dark zone, body of the lesion and surface zone. It is enamel caries, you can see it is in enamel. Now this has reached to dentine, so dentine caries. This has reached to pulp, the pulp involved, and at the later stage when grossly decayed tooth, the abscess formation is there. Dental decay you can see. Pit and fissure caries. It starts at both sides of the fissure wall rather than at the base, and early dentinal involvement is there and follows the direction of enamel rods. Enamel rods flare laterally in the bottom of the lesion, and it advances. It forms a triangular or cone shape with its apex at the outer surface and base towards DEJ, reverse of the smooth surface caries. Caries in dentine. Early dentinal changes, formation of transparent dentine, minimal in rapidly advancing caries, and prominent in slow chronic caries. Advanced dentinal changes, there are 5 zones. First zone is zone 1, zone of fatty degeneration of Tom's fibers. Zone 2, zone of dentinal sclerosis, and zone 3, zone of decalcification of dentine. Zone 4, zone of bacterial invasion, and zone 5, zone of decomposed dentine. Now diagnostic. Here you can see the decay, and it has reached till dentine. The pulp chamber is this, nerve chamber or pulp chamber, and it has not reached to pulp. It is dentinal caries. Caries in dentine, discoloration can be seen. Now diagnostic modalities for dental caries. Requirement of an ideal diagnostic method. What are the requirements? Be safe. It should be safe for patients and users. It should be highly sensitive, highly specific, and be objective and quantitative, and cost effective and user friendly. First of all, visual examination. You can easily distinguish between sound surface or enamel lesions and dentinal lesions by tactile diagnosis. Also, use of a explorer should be used lightly on occlusal surface, and it is highly sensitive for till 60% and specific till 80%. The catch will be felt when you will apply a force in the cavitated area. Radiographic diagnosis, there are various types. Bite wing radiographs, interproximal caries. Bite wing radiograph shows interproximal caries, appears as a small triangular translucent area of enamel. In this picture you can see caries in enamel in bite wing radiograph, and in caries in dentine in bite wing radiograph. Combined visual and radiographic diagnosis, used separately and together. Sensitivity is 75%, specificity is 90%. Two modalities are being combined, visual and radiographic. Caries activity test. Caries activity refers to the increment of active lesions over a slated period of time. It measures the degrees to which the local environment challenge favors the probability of carious lesions. Lactobacillus activity test. It is the oldest and widely used. It measures the number of aciduria bacteria in a patient's saliva by counting the number of colonies of lactobacillus which appears on tomato peptone agar plates, and Ragossa's medium with pH 5 is used in this. Results: number of lactobacillus bacilli per millimeter saliva. If it is between 0 to 1000, no activity; 1000 to 5000, slight activity, carious activity; 5000 to 10,000, moderate; and greater than 10,000, marked as a highly severe caries activity. Sinder's test. Based on the rate of acid produced when saliva is inoculated into glucose and agar containing medium of pH 4.7 to 5, Medium has a color indicator. Results, time in hours, 24 and 48 hours. Color, it changes to yellow in 24 hours and it remains yellow in 48 hours, and carries activity marked as in 24 hours and definite carries activity is there in 48 hours. Color green in both duration, and carries activity continue test, and you have to continue test. Swab test, its principle is also same as Sinders test, and these are the pH values. 4.1 carries is there, 4.2 to 4.4 active carries, 4.4 to 4.6 slightly active, and greater than 4.6 carries inactivity. Carries detect for dye. Basic fusion red stain was first dye to help in differentiation of two layers of carious dentine. It was replaced by acid red solution, 1% acid red in propylene glycol used to stain infected tissue red. This technique was slightly laborious, and 52% of cavities showed caries dye stain in enamel dentine junction. Infrared laser fluorescence instrument was used for the detection and quantification of dental caries of occlusal and smooth surfaces. It measures the fluorescence of the tooth that is induced after light irradiation to discriminate between carious and sound enamel. It is used as a laser light source and a fiber optic cable that transmits the light to a handheld probe. This is handheld probe with a fiber optic eye at the tip. There is an eye at the tip. Light is transmitted through ascending fibers and processed and presented on a display screen. Integer between 0 to 99. These are the readings. Increased fluorescence reflects carious tooth, and material responsible is porphyrins. Now Diagnodent. It was given by Lucy et al. Quintessence in 2003. Commercial development of laser fluorescence finds cavities that lie beneath the surface. Used as a laser light to help detect changes in tooth structure. Laser light, it detects changes in tooth structure displayed on a digital scale readout. Measures the laser fluorescence within teeth, and changes caused by demineralization is assigned a numerical value which is displayed on the monitor. It is used for detection of hypomineralized dentine or hypomineralized dental caries of occlusal and smooth surfaces, and 5 to 25 initial lesions in, it is the reading for initial lesions in enamel. Greater than 25 dentinal lesions and greater than 35 advanced lesions. Advantages of Diagnodent: it is sensitive, conservative, confidential, and safe and easy to use. These are the readings. These are the percentage of specific sensitivity in these methods. Diagnodent is most specific or most sensitive, and least is visual. Fiber optic trans illumination provides a focused beam of white light for diagnosis of caries. Features: white light emitting diode light source and focused glass fiber optic light guide. It is battery operated, measures only 13 cm into 1.5 cm in diameter. Advantages of this is provides high intensity light for diagnostic procedures with low battery drain, autoclavable, easily portable and compact unit. Now, to detect anterior caries, place the illuminator probe on the labial cervical region of the tooth for fiber optic. To detect posterior caries, proximal caries, place the probe on the buccocervical area of the tooth. Now, digital imaging fiber optic transformation to identify lesions located on interproximal surfaces of anterior tooth. Visually observed images are captured using a digital charged coupled device camera. These for interproximal areas, it can be used. Now, electrical conductance measurement used to measure the increased conductivity of the carious enamel in pits and fissures, and it is commercially acceptable instrument. Quantitative light fluorescence use the principle of fluorescence to reveal dental caries, and QLF is based on anti-fluorescence of the teeth. When teeth are illuminated with high intensity blue light, they will light in the green part of the spectrum. Multiphoton imaging, two infrared photons with half the energy of blue photon are used. In sound tooth tissue, fluorescence strongly visible, and carious tooth fluorescence lightly visible. Able to collect information from carious lesion up to 500 microns in depth. Caries will appear bright with a dark tooth. Tomography, method of determining lesion activity rather than a method of determining the absence or presence of a lesion. Uses indium thermal sensors which can detect temperature changes of 0.025 Celsius. Source to sensor distance is 20 centimeter. Time taken is to capture the data is 2 minutes, and thermal changes emitted by sound tooth is compared with that emitted by carious tooth. Ultrasound imaging, quick and reliable tool for detection of caries and use of longitudinal waves to measure demineralization. Terahertz imaging uses waves with terahertz frequency. OCT dental imaging system, it detects demineralization of enamel, decay at an early stage, and decay in occlusal surface and root surface caries also detected, and secondary caries around restorations can be detected. D-Cari Mini, lightweight, pen-sized and cordless device that uses fiber optic technology. It was given by JADA and emits sound and light signals when caries are detected, helps to assess a three-dimensional image of the caries. Easy to operate and non-invasive device is designed to detect both occlusal and interproximal caries. Thank you.